นะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะนะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะนะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะพุทธังธัมมังสังฆังนะมัสสามิ I'd like to ask permission from Lumpur Kalyano and the Sangha here at Buddha Bodhiwana Monastery to say a few words on Dhamma on this occasion. Kokat Kanat Songkap. Blessings to everyone today. This is my first Dhamma talk I've given here at Buddha Bodhiwana Monastery. Many of you will be familiar that I began here over 20 years ago. I arrived at Buddha Bodhiwana Monastery as a young 20-year-old New Zealander. Very new to Buddhism, and arrived here on the 14th of March 2004. So this year here at Buddha Bodhiwana Monastery, well, this coming year, we're celebrating the 25th year of the monastery. Back then it was 3 years old, I believe. 3-4 years old. So the monastery was new. I was new. Lumpur Kalyano was my age back then, as I am now. 42, I think he was then. So to me, he looked old back then. So, but he kindly accepted me. Actually, it's Ajahn Viradhammo, some of you may know him, was the one who recommended to me Lumpur Kalyano as a teacher. So it's through his kindness and his advice that I travelled from Wellington, New Zealand, to take up the training under Lumpur Kalyano. And I'm forever grateful to Lumpur Viradhammo for doing that. So, as you all here can attest to, that Lumpur Kalyano has been a great inspiration and guiding influence to all of us here. So, this retreat that we're on today is dedicated to Lumpur. Lumpur didn't speak about it much this morning, but we're celebrating his 63rd birthday. And one way to celebrate a birthday for a teacher, which Lumpur touched on this morning in his Dhamma talk, is through practicing the Dhamma. Lumpur said this morning there's no better gift that we can give him on his birthday than the gift of practicing the Dhamma. There's nothing better than a student who is listening to their teacher and practicing what they've been taught. So in a way, that's the best way we can honour our teacher here today on this occasion of what we can call Acharya Puja Day. It's a day of practice that we can dedicate to Lumpur on his birthday, wishing him long life and good health, so that he can continue to be a great guiding influence in our lives. The Pali term for a spiritual teacher is Pubbakari. This is one of the terms which is taught in the Level 1 Buddhist Studies course. And there's two Dhamma qualities, Pubbakari and Gatanyu Gataweti. So today we're celebrating our Pubbakari. A Pubbakari is somebody who has given us something in our lives. And there's 4 different types of Pubbakari. So you can imagine one of the first is our parents. Our parents are the first people in our lives who give us life. They give us sustenance. They give us education. They give us, they guide us in what is right and what is wrong. The second type of Pubbakari is teachers, and this can mean both educational teachers and also spiritual teachers. So spiritual teachers, in the same way as our parents, they give us guidance, they show us the Dhamma, they are an example as to how to practice Dhamma. They're somebody who tirelessly gives advice, encouragement, compassion, kindness. So many qualities of a spiritual teacher that leave us in kind of a debt. We're in debt to them. And I can very much vouch for this. I'm incredibly in debt to Lumpur Kalyano for over 22, 23 years of being under his teaching, his guidance, his training. From training a young 20-year-old Kiwi boy until still to this day, now that Lumpur has sent me down to lead the community in Adelaide at Bodhipala Monastery, I still revere and train myself according to Lumpur's teachings. And it's hard to find a way to repay that debt of gratitude we have to our Pubbakari. But one way we can do that is to, like we're doing today, practice the teachings that our spiritual teachers have explained to us, guided us in, and implement that in our lives. The third type of Pubbakari is, say, kings, rulers of countries. We're also indebted to people who are in positions of sacrifice, who are leading communities, countries, societies. And finally, the last type of Pubbakari is the Buddha himself as well, the original teacher of the Buddhist teachings, the Dhamma Vinaya, which he laid down to us all. So he's our ultimate Pubbakari. So the reason why Pubbakari and Gatanyu Gatawedi are paired together is because Gatanyu means gratitude, and Gataweti is finding ways in which we can repay that debt of gratitude to that person who has given us so much. These are qualities of a good person, a noble person, somebody who is developing in the Dhamma, one who understands that somebody has given them something, and with appreciation, with a heart of appreciation, wants to give back in whichever way one can to that person. This brings up a very wholesome state of mind. It brings up happiness, joy. When we live with a sense of gratitude and appreciation, our mind is very far away from negative mind states. We are looking at the good things that have been given to us, and we are wanting to do good things to repay back that debt of gratitude we have to those people. So on this occasion, we are recollecting Lumpur Kalyano. Many of you have been coming to Buddha Bodhivana Monastery for many years and have benefited from Lumpur's teachings, Lumpur's guidance, whether that's through difficulties in your practice, difficulties in your family lives, work lives. I think if most of us recollect back to in the past 20 years, how many times we've come to Lumpur with a problem and he's been able to help you find a way out of that problem. Lumpur's given us guidance on how to practice, to use wisdom to cultivate ourselves, bring ourselves out of whether it's a worldly problem or a Dhamma problem we have experienced in our practice. I remember when I came here, and I was here for my first year in white as an anagarika. I was very ambitious, believed that I should be able to get enlightened after 1 year. I was pretty sure that was possible. There was many great teachers being brought over at that time, 2004. We had Lumpur Tui, Lumpur Blian, many very inspiring monks coming to visit. Many of you will remember the old farmhouse that we used to use as our Dhammasala. So it was very difficult. We didn't have these beautiful spaces that we have nowadays, but it was a very committed community, and the senior monks from Thailand were still healthy enough to come and visit, give us encouragement. So it was a very uplifting environment to come into, and so I tried to put in lots of effort into my practice, doing lots of all-night meditations, and it's very ambitious, trying to reach that enlightenment goal by 12 months' time, and came to see Lumpur Kalyano in his room one day and asked him, Lumpur, I haven't gotten anywhere in my practice. So I've been here 12 months and I still haven't, reached my goals. And Lumpur could obviously see that I was maybe trying too hard. And he told me he's been a monk for 20 years, and if he let go of ice cream, he'd be happy. So I thought, okay, well, maybe I need to adjust my expectations. He did put me at ease. I knew he'd let go of a lot more than ice cream by then. But he was very kind and compassionate. Well, he's always been kind and compassionate, guiding the community here of Buddhist monks, always sacrificing his time and energy to lead the community. Lead the community in evening meditations, morning meditations, work periods, constantly sacrificing for both the monastic community and the lay community. It wasn't really until Luang Por sent me down to Bodhipala Monastery is when it all sunk in how much Luang Por has done for us all. Being in the position of leading a community down there, suddenly realized, wow, Luang Por has given up so much of his life, energy, time, his practice, his metta, to give us encouragement, to give us guidance, help us in our practice on so many levels. And the energy that takes is incredible. And not only that, but also build a monastery with the lay community, with the committee, sacrificing all the time to make this place what it is today. So coming back here on this occasion is really special for me, as I'm sure all of you feel that it's very special to acknowledge Luang Por and what he's done for us all. It's very uplifting, I feel very happy to be here. We've brought the community of monks from Bodhipala to express our appreciation. So this falls under the Gatanyu Gataweti. So knowing we have a debt of gratitude and wanting to repay that. So many of us can maybe ask ourselves, how on earth can we repay our debt of gratitude to our Pupakari? One teaching that I was given by a senior monk who came to visit Buddha Bodhivana Monastery in 2006. His advice was, make sure you don't give your teacher a heavy heart. So at first I understood it on one level, but when I contemplated that, what actions lead to giving your teacher a heavy heart, meaning being one who is a burden on your teacher, being one who is maybe not listening to your teacher. So I took that on board and I thought, not only do I want to not give my teacher a heavy heart, but how do we lighten the burden on our teacher as well? So it's something for all of us to think about, contemplate. How can we repay the debt of gratitude to our Pupakari? How can we lighten their heart, not give them a heavy heart? It's something that we can regularly contemplate, regularly turn inwards to ask ourselves, if I do this, is this going to be leading to what my teacher teaches, or is that leading in a different direction. So for myself, over 20 years of training under Luang Por, it's almost like the teachings soak inwards. They soak into your heart. If you put in enough effort, you listen, you practice, you try your best, then it's almost like this Dhamma, right understanding, gets absorbed into you on one level. When we have constant and regular contact with good teachers, a very wholesome, suitable environment for practice like here at Buddha Bodhivana Monastery, then that change happens. It happens over a longer time than you think it takes. So more than 12 months, more than I thought. But change does happen, and that's the most beautiful thing to see in both the monks who are training themselves day in, day out, and also within the lay community who have been committed to practicing the Dhamma for many, many years. Often we don't see the change within ourselves. We often have a high expectation of we want to reach higher Dhamma goals quickly, but we need to give it time. We need to let the Dhamma absorb into our hearts. And that comes through this regular contact and also under a good teacher as well. Somebody who can communicate and who has practiced it themselves, who have understood it themselves, and then can pass on that true Dhamma understanding to us. So with that training, now being in a position of a teacher in Adelaide, a lot of those qualities of Dhamma which Luang Por has been installing in his students has really become an internal resource for me and for all of us. And when we recollect on that, it's a very happy and joyful reflection to see that we've grown and learnt so much over the years. All thanks to Luang Por and his commitment to sharing the Buddhist teachings with us all. So our duty as students is to continue to uphold those practices, listen to what the Dhamma advice has been, and really commit ourselves to that practice. Just the other day, we had a visitor from Melbourne came down to visit Bodhipala Monastery, and she came up to me afterwards and told the monks that now she understands how Buddhism is shared from generation after generation. She sees that Luang Por always talks about Luang Por Chah and how great Luang Por Chah was, and how he practiced in the time of Luang Por Chah and all the students of Luang Por Chah. And now Luang Por being here in Victoria, Australia, for almost 25 years, he's been able to share that Dhamma with both the lay people and the Sangha, to the point where his students have then been able to share the Dhamma with another generation of people, of Buddhists, both monks and lay people. So for this lay person, it was very emotional, and tears of joy and gratitude came welling down from her eyes, and she was very happy to have seen this life of the Buddha Sasana continuing to be extended through the great practices and sacrifice of both the Sangha and the lay people. So this is something that we can keep up, keep continuing practicing. We practice like this on retreats like this, practice meditation. We extend the life of Buddhism by following the in-breath and following the out-breath. We extend the life of Buddhism in the world by listening to the Dhamma, by giving it importance, by internalizing these Dhamma qualities. So I encourage you all to keep up your practice and keep up your practice of meditation, keep up your practice of listening to the Dhamma, keep up your practice of dana, sila and bhavana. So for now, we can maybe practice a little bit longer together. We have got a little bit more time in this session. And so for now, I'll just leave the talk there.